What a beautiful day and a happy Friday to you all. We've got amazing updates and news. 100% absolutely, of course. Bitcoin is now skyrocketing. The deep state elites, after buying and stealing all of your bags if you have weak hands. Of course, the United States government and governments around the world have been strategically buying crypto and Bitcoin specifically at very low prices that they, of course, manipulated lower. This is a part of the wealth transfer. They've now been in process of stacking their bags, and case in point, major announcements today from the Donald Trump administration that yes, he is personally launching his own Bitcoin, Ethereum, ETFs, and exchange-traded funds. He's going to pump his own bags. He's going to pump his family's own net worth. All the elites are now going to pump Bitcoin to stratospheric levels. They are absolutely going to destroy Americans on the sidelines. If you don't own Bitcoin, you will be a peasant bitch slave in the 21st century. And that is just the hardcore truth. I've been telling you to buy Bitcoin since under 1,000. I told you all the elites were scamming you. I told you when they told you that they said Bitcoin was a scam, they were lying. I told you every single government in the world and every single Fortune 100 company from Apple Computers, Microsoft, Intel, SpaceX, the list goes on and on, will all own, accumulate Bitcoin cryptocurrency as a part of its treasuries. That every single company and country worldwide would be stacking Bitcoin, would be stacking precious digital technologies and then launching their own stable coins. I told you were an idiot to fire your financial advisor, go all in, back up the freaking pickup truck. I told you to invest your kids' college fund, all of your retirement accounts into Bitcoin, to go all freaking in. To bet on yourself, to buy as much Bitcoin as humanly possible before the stratospheric, skyrocketing price hikes, which are coming imminently. And Bitcoin has always been an IQ test, haters. Those people that don't understand it will be broke, will be poor, and will be on UBI. And that is just the plain truth. And if you are not smart enough to understand the future of technology, innovation, money, currency, and artificial intelligence, you are not smart. And you will be left behind. You will be devoured. You will be obliterated. You will be destroyed. The US dollar will continue to collapse as the elites reset the system. Now, the major bullet points today are: one, Donald Trump and his family. The President of the United States announces the issuing of a brand new Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF from his Truth Social companies. Why would the president do that? Because he wants a piece of the action of the trillions of dollars soon to be announced of all the pandemonium, panicked retail investors, every single 401k, pension, retirement account, treasury fund, Fortune 100 company gobbling up Bitcoin and crypto. Do you understand that the President of the United States, Scott Bessent, and others will and are in process of unlocking trillions of dollars of retirement accounts, and even just 1% acquisition of Bitcoin and crypto in adoption sends Bitcoin well above 1 million per coin. You will never have this opportunity again. You will never have the opportunity to buy this cheap. You already missed the boat. Bitcoin was at 60K a week ago. Now it's at 70. You've already missed 10,000 point gains. And you will continue to lose. Just like Peter Cuck, Schiff, and others have continued to lose. Telling you not to buy Bitcoin when it was trading under 1,000. He has personally costed you and your family tens, hundreds, billions of dollars. And these people will continue to be slaughtered by Bitcoin moving forward. And they have been for the last several decades. I've been recommending Bitcoin since under 1,000. I've taught comprehensive coursework on it for years at our amazing platform, bitcoinrich.com. The domain name itself is worth well over $100 million, by the way, bitcoinrich.com. But I'm not selling, because I was smart enough to understand the future of money and technology long ago, to think and grow Bitcoin rich. which was my book that I put out near a decade ago, telling you to think and grow Bitcoin rich. Also, another major announcement. This came out earlier this morning that one of the largest countries in the world, Brazil, is now moving and in process of its own Bitcoin crypto strategic reserve. That came out earlier this morning. Brazil has now reintroduced a bill that is likely to pass to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. This will allow one of the largest countries in the world to acquire up to 1 million Bitcoins. Not $1 million worth, 1 million of them. Do you understand? Again, Bitcoin is an IQ test. If you don't understand it, you are simply an idiot. You are not smart and you are stupid. And you will be broke for a reason. Hard love. I tell you the truth. Now, these are the countries that have announced strategic Bitcoin policy and reserve so far. The strongest, most powerful country in the world, the United States of America. El Salvador, which has been at the forefront of Bitcoin adoption. Pakistan. China. Although they haven't announced a strategic reserve yet, China is one of the largest owners of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Followed by the United Kingdom, Ukraine, Bhutan, and others. Again, every single country, every single retirement account, every Fortune 100 company's treasury, everyone you know, all AI, all of it, all big tech, all of artificial intelligence, all of robots, all of it is moving towards Bitcoin. You will be slaughtered if you don't take my advice. Again, I've been preaching the gospel for a long time here on this channel. Also, in another major development, this just broke earlier today. The Czechoslovakian president signs law ending Bitcoin capital gains taxes. Many other countries will follow, possibly even the United States of America. Of course, the United States now and will be moving more aggressively towards accepting Bitcoin for taxation and other ways that the state can net neutral accumulate, in addition to aggressively selling off and securitizing and borrowing against its once traditional central bank reserves of gold and silver to buy the more precious digital gold and silver. Let me give you an example. Okay? And I love gold and silver. I own a ton of it. I recommend it. I've sold it, right? I 10x'd my silver position. But understand, no Fortune 100 company owns gold and silver as its treasury. But they will and do own Bitcoin. You don't understand that, right? Apple Computers is not vaulting gold, physical. It's not going to do that. But it will privately wallet as a part of its company's balance sheet, Bitcoin. You do understand that. And the United States government is not moving to a gold standard. As much as we would love that. Even I think that that would be great. It's not going to happen. The United States of America will announce stablecoin transition backed by fake U.S. Treasury debt in digital format. And it will be tethered to the new technology. And that's what's going to happen. It's only going to pump our bags. It's going to skyrocket Bitcoin to new all-time highs. And it's going to move us into Trump's golden age as he continues to fight. Again, folks, I want what is best for you. Again, my message hasn't always been popular. It was very unpopular. Decades ago, everybody told me I was wrong about Bitcoin. Even Donald Trump called it a scam. And I told you he didn't understand yet. That's what I said. I said he didn't understand what he was talking about, but he would come around. In fact, if it wasn't for Bitcoin OGs like myself and others, Donald Trump wouldn't even be elected. Wouldn't even be your president. Because we financed his entire presidency. And that is why there's a strategic crypto Bitcoin mafia board at the White House today. And it's why his sons, Eric and others, and his entire family have moved balls deep in to pivot, leverage, and profit and pump their own Trump bags. And it's exactly what they're going to do, and God bless them. God bless them as we fight, as we destroy the deep state, as we destroy the radical freaking Democrats, as we destroy the leftist cucks. God bless them. God bless them. We're going to pump this crap to the moon. That's what we're going to do. And by the way, we're moving full force ahead. Massive announcement. Just finalized our operating agreement for Deck 2. Encourage you to watch the video of us taking off in our helicopter here in Bali, Booyah. Check out this video. It's all over Facebook right now and Twitter. Just chilling, buying more no bank debt assets, tokenizing all of it, guys. Going balls deep, living the dream. While other people fail to take action, we go diamond nuts 1000x, buying properties all over the world so our investors can live their investment. In fact, Mario and Lynn thanked my father and I yesterday, said this: you guys have really outdone yourself. We just arrived and wow. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. We're going to the beach now to live our investment in style. At our mansion, Hapuna Beach penthouse with no bank debt, right on the beach, beachfront, cash flows, capital gains, and 1000x tokenization. We are the first in the world to build a decentralized portfolio of the best beach, oceanfront homes here at the IslandProject.com in the world. Taking 100 investors exclusively for Deck 2, another $50 million, grow our portfolio to near $200 million before our tokenization here in 2026, which is 1776. Now, in addition to that, Donald Trump, the greatest president in the world, in the history of civilization, is now moving more of our ships to the Middle East, preparing for finalization, ultimate regime change, strikes, and an attack on Iran. This will mark the falling of the Berlin Wall and the opening up of more prosperity than you've ever seen in a century. Never bet against our president, and never bet against your general. You will be left behind in the dust of the ashes of oblivion of history's past. You will be broke and hyperinflated by a collapsing dollar and a bankrupt United States of America's balance sheet. You will be left behind as Elon Musk sails off to the moon colonies and leaves you peasants here at home to suffer on universal basic income, controlled and policed by robots in your streets and marked with the brain chips these pricks are rolling out. And that's the truth. So again, folks, I hope you have a wonderful Friday. You've already missed the boat. If you've got shriveled nuts, if you've been shaking in a corner, if you failed to buy the dip, you've already missed the rip. And you're going to miss the most epic, golden age up only, catastrophic, stratospheric, record freaking breaking, 1000 freaking X in 2026 that has ever occurred, because you have weak hands. And I encourage you to grow those diamond balls, to live passionately, faith first and God first, to bet on that yourself, and to go all in and live a passionate, driven life here at the digital Noah's Ark with other Christians fighting the good fight, who bring truth, never comply to the deep state, and build the worldwide solution decentralized network here at Live Your Investment Up Only and the digital Noah's Ark, building kingdom wealth and destroying evil. Again, there will be no Epstein indictments, but we can build together the solution. We can move forward. We can improve the lives of ourselves, our others around us, our family, our friends. We can lift up, bring hope, build churches, and we are the freaking billionaire Christian baller class. And it is an honor to serve, along with Papa John. Let's light it up, baby, to the moon in 2026. It's going to be a wild ride, and Bitcoin will soon soar to multiple hundreds of thousands, well on its way into June, culminating in the biggest UFC fight on the White House lawn, the biggest event of a century that you've ever witnessed. And our bags will be pumped up only by Donald Trump, his kids, myself, your general, Papa John, and over 400, soon to be 500 members of No Bank Debt Diamond Frickin' Balls Real Estate here at IslandProject.com Nation. See our terms and disclaimers. I ain't a crappy financial advisor. Your financial advisor sucks balls. Told you never to buy Bitcoin. Drives a freaking Hyundai. We drive Lambos, yachts, and Learjets for a reason. Because we're smarter than those cucks. And I've been telling you to buy Bitcoin and go all in for decades. You're welcome here at the Digital Noah's Ark. Have a great day. God bless. Like and share. I'm here to entertain as well. And I love you all. Do not miss the boat. This is the opportunity of a lifetime to go all in now. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Get out of debt. Don't use margin. Don't have leverage. Be very conservative. That's what we've done. Again, banking crisis, dollar collapse, fiat currency transition, moving into the new system. Declarations are coming, capital controls, more bank runs. There's going to be pandemonium and chaos. But it all send these assets that I've recommended sky high because there's nowhere else to go with your money. I've studied all of history, inflation, deflation cycles, world war. I've studied revolutions, all of it, technology. At the forefront of Bitcoin, crypto, AI, open source development, all of it. And I've been one of the only lone voices, and this is a fact, that ever recommended Bitcoin when it was trading pennies on the US dollar. And everyone else called it a scam. Even the great president of the United States didn't believe in it at first. But again, the IQ will always be tested by those smartest in the room. And now, the biggest financial shift will not just be Bitcoin. Oh no, the Bitcoin gains have already 1,000x, folks. The biggest thing in the world now will be the digitization, the tokenization, and the fractional ownership of all the world's assets. And we have transformed real estate and are the first in the world to have successfully fractionalized no bank debt mega mansions, ocean, freaking beachfront, park city, ski lodges, a Bali booyah, a freaking Thailand booyah, a freaking Tokyo booyah. And we are number one in the world for a reason. Because our diamond balls are so heavy, we must carry a freaking wheelbarrow everywhere we go. That's the truth. Go all in. Feel invigorated. Go all in. Go all freaking in. You want the rip? You gotta buy the dippity dip. And if I don't know you, I can't cash flow you, ladies and gentlemen. On board. Deck 2. Announcement. Imminent.